Ladies with gentle hands, welcome
I knew
back
it.
to Ramblers Radio, episode number 10 of the show. Coming to
We're
you
here.
live on a cooked Monday night once again, but it is okay because we got some stuff to talk about and we got stuff to look forward to. So, if you guys are liking the content, make sure to leave a like on the episode and subscribe to the channel. We're coming off of a fire episode with one of our guys, Uncle Ben. Very good episode. It was a very fun time. If you have not checked out the episode, I suggest you do so. It was a little bit cooked on the editing because I had some issues with it for some reason that I can't really. It was issues regarding audio looping if I were to, so I had to like kind of cut down on some editing. Very weird, but wait, I've moved past that. So yes, we are here. This is episode 10 of the show. 10 episodes. Been going since February. Had to,
Yeah,
had to take a break here and there, but we are here. Code, how we doing? How we doing?
we're great. We're great right now. We're winding down school. At the same time, we got finals coming up soon, so a little bit stressful, but we're chilling out. We're here to
Yeah.
record.
Yep.
Do it.
All right. So, our topic this week is going to be about our predictions for the Bad Batch finale. Not necessarily anything set in stone, but what we think could happen. We're just going to discuss back and forth on what we think would be good endings and what we think would be bad endings. But but before we do that, what is the news that we got? What we got?
Okay, so this week was interesting on news. And by this week, we haven't done a news report for a couple weeks because it's been a few weeks since we actually recorded. Um, so coming up first, I'm gonna get the one out of the way that nobody's gonna care about. Um, the the Battlefront Classic Collection has received its second patch as of like Saturday or something, and it seems to have basically fixed the game. Unfortunately, though, including Smoke and I, no one's really playing it, so it doesn't really matter. A little too late to save that game, unfortunately. Coming up next, we have probably the biggest one of this week, and that is Lego Fortnite, or Lego Fortnite. What am I talking about? Star Wars Fortnite. We're having another Star Wars Fortnite collab on May 3rd, and this one will include the confirmed ones are Chewbacca, Lando, Death Trooper, and Rebel Trooper, and it is also highly leaked that there will be a Leia skin, a different Leia skin. I assume lightsabers will come back for this event. They're gonna have some things in Lego Fortnite. I'm pretty sure.
They're gonna have a
So,
bowcaster mythic.
okay, bowcaster, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, that it should be exciting. The Star Wars events are always good, so look
Yeah.
forward to that. And then after that, we have the Tales of the Empire, which I'm sure a lot of you guys are excited about, coming out May 4th. So just under a week away, I believe. Yeah, it's what, Saturday? So Saturday, Tales of the Empire will release 6 short episodes, which is going to be super exciting. And then this Wednesday we have the Bad Batch finale, the series finale, um, which as long as it's longer than 20 minutes, should be pretty great. So
Yeah.
that's all I got.
Yeah. What's sad, I gotta say, is that I'm gonna be traveling the day that Tales of the Empire comes out. I'm gonna be so sad.
Damn.
Code and I won't be able to watch it together. It's so depressing.
And it's
But
literally a weekend too.
yeah,
Like it's yeah,
yeah, it
tragic.
comes out on a Saturday, which is not very common for Star Wars, but it
Yeah.
happens. So, anyways,
Life.
let's talk about the Bad Batch and what we expect coming up. So, our first episode of the show was actually previewing this the final season of the show, and
Mhm.
which I believe that was like a couple weeks before the season debuted, and then we've had multiple episodes talking about it. We talked about it
Mhm.
briefly with Ben in the last episode, and we're just gonna talk about what would be good and what we think would be bad for the finale. So, I think something that we can agree on at first is if it's a standard 25 minute long episode, it's just not going to be sufficient time wise to like fill all of the details and all of the things that we need that
Yeah,
need to happen at the end. I just don't think it'll be very good. uh
absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
There are just too many things that both the penultimate episode as well as a couple episodes before that kind of set up, and I don't believe that it would just be enough. If you were gonna get my prediction, there was a leak that I just saw like today that said it was like 40 something minutes, and I think that needs to be the I think that's gonna be the minimum for it to be sufficient enough. I think 40 minutes because it does make sense. The first two seasons were 16 episodes. This one's only 15. If it's a double length episode, that kind of makes sense for it. So, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. What do you think about
Yeah,
that? You
absolutely.
probably yeah. You
Yeah, I
probably
mean,
share
it's
the
kind of
same
hard to
view.
disagree. It's kind of hard to disagree with longer runtime. Um, the 24-minute episodes they're okay for what they provide, but I think for this finale with all these moving parts we have and all these things that I personally want to see happen, I think it's going to be super rushed if we don't have a bit of a longer finale. I think at the minimum it should be 40 minutes. Obviously I'll take more, but if it's 40, I think it should be okay.
Yeah. Let's talk about some things that we think will happen. So, a common sort of plot hole, I'd say, that hasn't really been touched on a lot in recent episodes, but was very popular within the middle of the season, was that Clone CX2 was going to be tech. I don't know how I feel about this. I right now I'm assuming that it's not going to be the case because if that were to be the case, I think we would have more like outstanding clues like before the finale. And I do think that if they were to suddenly reveal it and like have like a sudden turn in the character, I just don't think that would be very great. I just don't really see that being the case because
Mhm.
if that were the case, though it would just be treated much more significantly, therefore we would have more clues before, or we would have clues already.
Yeah.
And I don't really think that's going to be the case, and nor do I really think. Actually, no, I changed my mind. I think there is. I think it is going to be like a clone or like a character that we know well. I do think that's going to be the
Yeah.
case, but I don't
Absolutely.
but I'm not sure. It's a wide range that there would be like a couple people were saying that it was Dogma from the Umbara arc. I think that would be
That
kind
would
of
be kind of
funny.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah, since he was in
yeah,
prison, he was locked
yeah.
away.
I think that would be a cool thing. But like a casual Star Wars fan that like just watches the Bad Batch, they wouldn't know that.
Yeah.
I think it would be a character that like most like Clone Wars and Bad Batch enjoyers really like. Um, so what do you think about that theory?
Yeah, so my thing with this clone, we haven't seen it since what, episode 10, I believe. Or not 10, what am I, like 11 or 12. The one where the Pabu episode. Um but specifically in that episode, we got a lot of like before I wasn't completely sold that it was someone we knew. But this character is getting an awful lot of focus and screen time in the moments that it's in.
Mm-hmm.
So that leads me to believe it is somebody we know. And I'd be kind of surprised if it wasn't. But I really hope it's not Tech. I don't know many other characters they would go for that would really satisfy that wow factor, but I hope it's not Tech. Despite him being my favorite Bad Batch member, it's gonna suck if they bring him back. I'm just gonna be honest. It's just I like my characters to die when they're dead. If you get what I mean. I don't. I'm not a big fan of all this resurrection we have in Star Wars and how nobody dies. And I think Tech's death was really meaningful. And I don't want him. I don't want him to be alive. Despite I love him, but I don't want him to be alive. One theory, which I think is a little bit more plausible, is Cody, just because he went AWOL, which is kind of suspicious when you think about it. They could have very easily taken him in and brainwashed him, seeing as he was one of the Republic's best clones. So I wouldn't be too surprised if it was Cody. But other than that, I have faith that if there's a reveal, it'll be fine. Just don't make it stupid. Don't make it anything stupid.
Yeah. We like our characters to stay dead when they die. Shout out J.J. Abrams. Uh,
For
anyway,
real.
um, what about the Zillow Beast? I mean, like we see the return in the last episode. We even though we should have expected like a return to happen, maybe like we didn't really ever think of it. Like it was sort of like
Yeah.
the Zillibeast was sort of like a bridgeway to like introduce like what they're actually doing on Tantus because of course the Zillibeast was not featured for like what 10, 11 years in
Yeah.
animation since like
Yeah.
I believe it was season 2 when Zillibeast was in the Clone Wars.
Which is
And
like 2009 or something like that,
yeah,
2010. Yeah.
yeah, it's been since then, and then the Zillibeast comes back in season 2, fills in that plot hole because, of course, in the Clone Wars, Palpatine wants to clone the Beast for his intentions that we know, and then basically because if you haven't seen it, the Zillibeast is known for having impenetrable like skin or impenetrable scales, I would say. So
Yeah, to blast your fire.
they want to use that for like armor for their troopers. So that's why they wanted to clone it. They successfully cloned it. It looks like, and whether or not they want to do mass production, whether or not we don't know. And honestly, I don't think we're gonna find out if they wanted to or not because I do think that the Zilla Beast either is going to just be dead or it's going to just be stranded on Tantus after everything is dealt with.
Yeah,
Um,
I think the Zilla Beast is definitely going to play a role in this finale. I wouldn't be surprised if it takes out some people we care about or some people we don't. Shout out to Hemlock. That'd be sick if he got eaten. Um, but yeah, the Zilla Beast is definitely going to play some sort of role. I think. I hope. Um, and yeah,
yeah,
I'm down to explore that.
yeah. That actually is a good point of Hemlock that you said because if we're talking about prominent Imperial leaders, a lot of their fates are because of the things that they make. For example, Rogue One director Krennic gets killed by the Death Star. Tarkin gets
Mhm.
killed on the Death Star, which he wanted to take control of. It would kind of make sense for Hemlock to be fated due to a thing that he is in charge of. That's kind of a sort of a repenting or repeated theme. I would say is that
Yeah,
you create the what? Why do you get the feeling that you're going to be the death of me? You know. Uh,
yeah,
yeah, very good. I do like that. I do like that a lot. So yeah, Zilla Beast is going to play a part. Uh, we do have still the split of the batch. Crosshair, Hunter, and Wrecker like approaching the base, and Echo being inside the base, being closer to Omega. And then
I love that. Yeah,
Rampart is of course the wild card. Uh, Even though nobody expected Rampart to return this season, by no means that I do would I say it's unexpected because he was the prominent villain of the show and then he kind of just got wasted away like
hmm
that. I mean, I didn't really feel like that did him much justice. And
yeah.
hearing him scream, was insane. That was like so funny. Everybody
Oh
made
yeah, he
jokes
was out of
about
his element.
yeah, and then uh, like when I heard Hemlock scream on the shuttle, I just think of like Bode screaming for some reason because like that's who I connect the voice actor to most because he had like
Yeah,
more screen time in Jedi Survivor rather than the Bad Batch.
and he's a better character.
Yeah. Yeah. That's just the funny.
Yeah,
That's just the funny image that I had in my mind. But we don't really know because Hunter reminded Rampart that the Empire ditched him, and they decided to come rescue him when they had every reason not to, because he kind of did just like strand them in a sinking facility on Camino at the end of the first season.
yeah,
Um, so I'm not sure what Rampart's going to do. He doesn't really seem like it doesn't really seem like he's going to necessarily be loyal to the batch, because like he did make them come to this planet that's like has like this this full point of no return theme. Um, he kind of
yeah.
just he goes from a prison to like a different type of prison in a sense. So we'll see how that is. But I have a feeling that the Empire might just bribe Hemlock into like, if you betray the batch, then we will let you into our ranks. I think that might be
That's
very
possible.
I think that might be very plausible, even though I've heard a lot of people might not think that to be the case. But yeah, what do you
Yeah,
think about
so
that? Yeah.
Hemlock, I'd love to see him back. I think especially in the beginning of season 2, they were really starting to build him up as like a super intimidating villain that we were really gonna have to start taking seriously. In season 1, I mean, he was sort of an overlying villain, but he didn't seem like too much of a threat. But especially at the start of season 2, he finally felt like he was sort of coming into his own as a villain. And as he was starting to catch his stride, I feel like they kind of just cut him off and sent him away to prison, sent him to Azkaban, and that was kind of the last we saw of him. So it's been great to have him sort of reintroduced in this finale, and I think he's going to have some sort of significance, some sort of big significance to this finale, obviously. There's two different paths they could take with this. I think they either go the route of redemption, which Star Wars loves to do, and he has a change of heart, and he ends up helping the Batch or betraying the Empire who tries to bribe him. Second path is, again, what you said, where they try to bribe him and he does accept this, and he betrays the Batch and something bad happens.
Yeah.
But regardless of what happens, I'm loving to see Hemlock again. Or not Hemlock again. Uh, loving to see Rampart again, and I'm looking forward to what's next for him.
Yeah. So let's talk about the fate of the batch. So a common consensus is that a couple of the batch are not going to make it out alive, which is a safe consensus to make. However, I do think that not all of the batch is going to be gone. I do think that the most I do think that the most likely outcome would be that maybe one of them is good, or perhaps maybe two. I do think if I were to give chances on them specifically, I think the most
Omega's
like
not dying.
yeah, we're past Revenge of the Sith. We don't tend to see
We don't
children
kill
die.
kids.
Yeah,
It's Disney. She's immune. She's not gonna die, guys. No one
yeah.
worry about Omega.
I do think that the most likely to be finished in the finale is probably Wrecker, if I had to guess, or unless like, because like Wrecker's the more like Wrecker's the more like popular with kids one, so maybe it's not him. I do think Crosshair will come back to the senses and like lock in per se. He
Yeah, he
he
will.
he's
He
gonna
will.
he's gonna lock in. And I'm not sure, and I don't know what to think about Hunter and Echo, though I do think it's possible. I could not tell you who I think is most likely to make it through the finale. I'm not like sure on
Yeah.
anything, but because like there were rumors way back from season one that one of them was gonna die in the first season, and I was like, and then the second season gets announced, and I was like, okay, well that's not gonna be the case, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
And then Tech starts getting character development. So
Oh,
tragic.
yeah,
Yeah, so for Death, again, like I said, I think Omega is 100% safe. There's no need to worry about her. Um, another the characters that I find most likely to die. I honestly don't think Crosshair is going to die. I think they spent a lot of time on his development, and I think they're going to give him some sort of different ending than dying. I think dying is a little bit too obvious of an arc for them. Um, I wouldn't be surprised if he died, but I think he is the least likely out of the four. Um, I think Echo is actually the most likely of dying. The reason I think this one because he is the most tightly connected to our love of the Clone Wars and our love of the clones. And for two, there's a thing called Echo Base in The Empire Strikes Back. So, would not be surprised if that gets named after him somehow. He dies. Um, and then it's really just a toss up between Wrecker and Hunter. Um, Hunter would make sense. He's obviously the leader. That would definitely shake up the group for sure. And then Wrecker's like the lovable brute. So honestly, the only one I think isn't dying is Crosshair. I could very well eat my words in a few days here, but I think all four of them are up on the table, and we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens.
Yep. Yeah. What was I going to say about that? So, about Echo dying, and that's kind of a weird thing for me because, like, Echo literally died in season three of the Clone Wars, and then he gets
Yeah.
revived again. I don't know how that works. Like he literally gets blown up, and then
He
he's
literally went into a ship and it exploded. I don't know how he survived that. He only lost one limb. He only
yeah.
lost one limb.
Well, no,
Surprise.
he lost three. He got robot legs,
Oh,
bro.
he lost his legs. Yeah, he lost his legs. You're right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
bro jumped on the grenade, bro, Captain America style.
But still, I mean, like all his vital organs are intact, which is pretty crazy. That's pretty damn lucky.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Maul, Echo Maul. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um. Oh, other than that, there is one character that I know is for sure dying. Hemlock is going to die in the finale. I think
Yeah.
that's
Oh
I
yeah.
and that I think him dying is going to be the key of how Project Necromancer gets delayed so long. Is because of that. Well, two things. One, it's him dying, and two, it's because of Tantus's. I do think Tantus is going to be pretty much like destroyed in a way.
Yeah. A lot
Um,
of the research is gonna be and data is gonna be completely lost.
yeah. And another thing, I'm not quite sure how they're going to fit in the other clones because I do know it just makes sense that they want to come to Tantus, but how exactly are they going to be able to get there? I'm sure it's going to be like a
Yeah.
simple exclamation that's going to happen likely in the beginning of the show. I mean, it kind of has to, I guess, but yeah,
Yeah, I mean the thing with that is yeah, I was hoping for a little more build up to a clone revolution of some sort or uprising. Um but I'm fine where we're at right now. I like having sort of just a little bit of time with the batch at the end, you know. But I do think at some point in the finale, their goal is going to be one, save Omega, priority one, and two is going to be to get to wherever the control room is and send out the coordinates to Rex, so that eventually I think they will the other clones will come in and there'll be a huge prison break. That's my guess, at least,
yeah,
something along those lines. Whether
right,
or not it's successful, whether or not it gets bombed, who knows, man. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see what happens.
yeah,
But I do think the
uh,
clones will get involved at some point. The other clones. We need
right.
we need to tie up. I'm gonna be really disappointed if we have this perfect opportunity to tie up Wolf, Gregor, and Rex's storyline, and we don't get it. I'm going to be very disappointed, and that plot line is still going to be hanging open for Rebels, which is going to be disappointing.
We had an episode right after that 2 episode premiere of them finding Rex's base, and I specifically said I know that Wolf is going to return this season, And now I'm not sure if he will because there's only one episode
Yeah.
left, and him going to Tantus might not even make so much sense. So,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
that's one of the biggest disappointments of the season is we were off so good. We made it through the initial part of the episode, the initial part of the season. We got to the two-parter. The momentum keeps going. We get info about Omega, and then we get a hard stop mid-season. All our momentum with
yeah,
the Fennec Shand episode and the Ventress episode, everything just halts. Those episodes are like atrocious in comparison to
yeah,
the other ones of the season, and we don't really get to pick up steam because by the time those two episodes are done, we have to start gearing up for the finale. So I think we lost a lot of things that should have been there. I think we should have gotten some more Wolf. We've only gotten one scene. And I'm going off on a tangent here a little bit, but I feel like this season has done a little bit of checking boxes with including characters. They show Cad Bane really quick. Check him off. He showed up. Fennec
yeah,
Shan, she came for an episode. Check her off. Ventress, she showed up for one episode. Check her off. I thought these
yeah,
characters were going to have a little bit more. We're going to be a little bit more integral to the plot. But for some of them, like especially like Cad Bane, that could have been any bounty hunter. I think they're just adding them for sort of brownie points. Um, and
yeah.
honestly, wild shot in the dark. But I hope Ventress comes back for the finale. I'm gonna keep it a buck.
Some other events that I do think is gonna happen. I think Scorch is going to be more heavily involved.
Yeah.
First off, Scorch is a bitch ass character, bro. I hate this guy so
Yeah.
much, dude. Uh,
Yeah, Scorch is a jerk, man. He literally like you're a clone, bro. Like how have you not like and you're literally a commando. Like your chips don't work, bro. Like how are
like
you just blindly following this empire?
like Emery has this sort of like waking up to reality, and she didn't even like grow up with the other clones. She's been growing up and like
He doesn't
and
even have an inhibitor
yeah,
chip to brainwash her.
yeah.
She
She
literally and like yeah, it's insane
yeah,
how he's so blindly like I don't know what his deal is. We don't really have anything about him in canon, so we don't know exactly what he's gonna be like what he really is like in canon. Um, but like, come on, like basically every other clone at this point has defected and has realized the Empire's shortcomings, and he's over here just like a normal stormtrooper, la di da di do, just tase this
yeah,
kid real quick and put him in his prison cell. Like, what are you
yeah,
doing, bro?
yeah. Um, yeah, I think he might go in a one-on-one with one of the characters. Maybe I think it's gonna
Probably
be either
Hunter.
a Hunter or Wrecker, maybe. And
Yeah,
then I think we're gonna have a rematch between Crosshair and CX2. I do think that's gonna
yeah.
happen as well. Yeah. But other than that, that's gonna wrap up my thoughts and predictions for the finale. Do you have anything more to add?
Um, not much, but I do want to say a few things. I've been seeing some things going around about how people are making predictions that one that Vader is going to come into the finale and that he's going to kill Ventress. And I just want to say how I don't want this to happen. Because Vader shows up in literally everything now, and it's really pointless. And please don't bring Vader in this finale to like kill the Bad Batch or whatever. They can die some other way. We don't need Vader. We don't. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if he does show up, but I think there's better ways to tell the story than just Vader. It's the guy from the Star Wars.
Yeah.
So
I'm
I
really
don't think
glad
he
that
should be
you.
here.
I actually considered mentioning Vader like in the first half of this discussion, but I will say a couple reasons why I don't think he'll show up. One, I think his grand reveal in Clone Wars Animation is going to be Tales of the Empire, which is like literally after the Bad Batch concludes. We know he's going to be in that,
Yeah,
so like, yeah, and Star Wars just and not just they just released a TV spot today for Tales of the Empire, and we see
they
him
did.
like very
Yeah,
vividly there. That and plus and two, I think Palpatine would definitely want to keep Vader away from Tantus because I Palpatine would not want Vader to find out his true
about
intentions.
anything. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
And I think if they bring him back, I mean, there's better ways to dispose of to do whatever Vader's going to do in this finale can be done another way. And I think if they bring him back, it's just gonna be for fan service. So Not really here for that. Let's just
Yeah,
stick to our blasters and
yeah,
maybe Ventress. We'll see what happens.
yeah. Yeah. We know that the main ones, like it's really safe to. Well, we know that Rex is going to be in there, and
Yeah,
if we're going to see Rex, we're probably going to see Gregor and Hauser as well.
yeah,
So yeah. And then one last thing before we move on to short segments. As of yesterday, it was the 1 year anniversary of Jedi Survivor.
yes. Forgot to talk
Very,
about that.
very memorable. The 1 year anniversary of every game is like always really special. I've said this on the podcast before. Uh, Playing Jedi Survivor for the first time was the best gaming experience I've had in recent memory.
Yeah,
I remember you, me, and Ben we're just playing Battlefront 2 like in the hours before the release. And then like I remember it came out at like 11 p.m. for me, and
yeah,
I just played it until like 4 a.m. I got to like the first Dagon Gera boss fight, and then I was like, all right, it's 4 a.m. I better just go to freaking bed. But yeah, it was really fun.
that
And
was
then
amazing.
yeah, I've played it multiple times since then, and I don't think I am done playing the game whatsoever. So yeah,
Yeah, man. I mean, Jedi Survivor was a generational game. Really tragic. A lot of you guys had those performance issues. I mean, I had the problems, but nothing that broke the game for me. The opening night, I mean, the hype up to this game, I was just unbelievably hyped from December or from like November all the way until the release. And release night was so much fun. I mean, I was in an Xbox party with Smoke and Uncle Ben, which you guys saw last episode, and we just played the game. Ben got off first. I think he got off right after Coruscant. Um, but me and Smoke stayed on for a few more hours. I got off before Smoke did. Um, but yeah, man, that was cooked for me. I had school the next day, but it was so much fun, man. I stayed up till like 2:30 a.m. and then I
yeah,
woke up at like I got what like 3 hours of sleep, woke up at like 5 and then started playing again until it was time for school.
yeah,
Played it right when I got home. And it was such a fun game, man. It's such a quality Star Wars game that you can't help but look back fondly. I can't believe it's been a year. Really, this year has gone by amazingly fast.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's been a great
amazing times.
Yeah, 2023 was a fantastic year for Star Wars in and out of itself, and 2024 is looking pretty decent as well from what we have so far. So, yeah,
2023 was a generational year. That's in my top 5 years. I'm not gonna lie. Like
yeah.
personally, 2023 was fire.
I think it's time for the shorts.
Shorts, shorts.
Let's get it. The first short we're going to do is we're going to do a draft. And this draft is going to be
Yeah.
pretty funny. It's going to be from the worst Star Wars lines that have ever been spoken
Mm.
in the entire sort of Star Wars universe.
Huh. There's gonna be
The
a lot of
wor-
sequel in here.
the worst ones possible. Code's gonna have the first pick, and
Oh man,
we're gonna do back and forth, not snake. All right.
man, I get the first pick of the worst line in all of Star Wars. Oh, this is a lot of pressure. There's a lot of really bad ones. Specifically from the first third and the last third of the franchise. There's a lot of trash, a lot of trash. Um, but I think I'm gonna have to go with this one. This one is generational. We quote it a lot. It has no meaning and no purpose, and it's terrible advice. So, quoting the glorious Rose Tico, it's not about fighting what we hate. It's about saving what we love.
Yeah. All right. Uh, with my first pick, I was considering that they fly now, but like that's not really that bad of a line. I mean,
It's
I don't
just
know how
corny.
the yeah, it's just a corny. It's
It's
just
just
a
corny.
corny, yeah.
Yeah.
But for my first line, I'm just gonna say somehow Palpatine returned, man.
Yeah.
It's gotta
Yeah.
be.
Yeah. That's an obvious second. That line is really, really bad. Um Yeah, that line. Oh, yeah. I just thinking about it. It's just like, yeah. Um, so I could stay in the Rise of Skywalker. With this line, there's not many more bad lines in like Last Jedi. I can't really think of. Um, I could say the one, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna jump to the prequels. Let me think. I'm gonna do some. I'm gonna do some Anakin Riz here. Uh, which one do I use? Because there's a bunch of good ones. Hmm. Do I do a sand? Yeah, I'm just gonna go with sand. Give me sand. That's a bad one. That's a real bad one.
My next one is also going to be from Attack of the Clones. So just imagine Anakin and Padme are on Geonosis. They're about to enter the arena, about to die.
Oh my god,
And
yeah.
what does Padme say? She says, "I've been dying a little bit each day since you came back into my life." That's that is
That
great.
one's so bad.
That is crazy.
That one is so bad.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that one is just. Oh wait, what is? Okay, okay. This one's a bit of an underrated pick. I gotta think of the exact quote. Um. Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. So this one is a little bit unorthodox. Not a lot of people think of this one, but I'm going to go with from Attack of the Clones. Around the survivors, a perimeter create. So this line is not how Yoda speaks. He speaks like normal, but he just puts create at the end of the sentence. Um, and it is really, really bad when you're watching it. And it really takes you out of the movie because like, what is he talking about? Like Yoda just sounds, it's bad.
Yeah.
It's bad.
All right. I'm gonna be a little unethical with this next one. I'm gonna pull from a deleted scene from Revenge of the
Oof.
Sith.
Oh God, there's so many bad
So
deleted scenes in that movie.
it's an
Yeah.
it's an Anakin line. He says, "I'm pretty sure beep is down." Oh wait,
Yeah.
no, beep
No, beep boop
is
is
up.
up.
Since when does
Oh
he speak in
God, that
binary, bro? Like what the?
yeah. Oof.
What was George Lucas thinking, bro?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, those deleted. Well, no, he was thinking because he removed it from the movie, so he had some. He at least had some intelligence to remove it from the movie. Um,
Yeah.
but it's a lot of those the opening Battle of Coruscant deleted scenes are like bad. They're really bad.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, oh, what is that? What is that one? What is that one? I'm trying to think of that one Anakin. Oh, okay, I'm just gonna do it. So love has blinded you from Revenge of the Sith.
Oh, that's a great pick.
Yeah,
My
yeah,
next pick is not necessarily bad in quality. I'm just gonna pick a line that did not age well. Mace Windu saying, "We're keepers of the peace, not soldiers," proceeds to chop
yeah.
a man's head off in the end of the movie. Like, bro,
The
what are we
thing is,
doing?
I think George Lucas wrote that one, and then he forgot he wrote that one, and I feel like that one line has really held us back. In Star Wars, they're always trying to justify it. They're always trying to justify why he said that. Even though the Jedi are never abide by that
Yeah.
during the Clone War specifically, because they're soldiers, not peacekeepers. Um, how many? I have two more, right? Or one more.
One
Um,
more. Yeah.
man, this is tough. So it's between a Rise of Skywalker quote or a Revenge of the Sith quote. And the Rise of Skywalker quote is bad because it's not built up to very well. But I'm going to go with the Revenge of the Sith quote. This comes from Obi-Wan Kenobi. Sith Lords are a speciality.
proceeds to get knocked the heck out.
Then literally gets crushed by like a giant metal
Yeah.
walkway. Yeah, balcony.
And then my next line that I'm gonna pick, I have a feeling that this is the one that you're thinking of when you say the Rise of Skywalker. I am
Yeah,
all the Sith responds with I am all the Jedi.
yeah, yeah. It's really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice list.
All right. Next up, I'm gonna throw a curveball here. We're gonna do another draft. I'm gonna have the
Okay,
first pick, and we're gonna draft Star Wars memes.
okay.
Yeah. All right. Let's draft the funniest Star Wars memes. With my first pick, I
You
gotta
can
go
do
with
it.
I gotta go with I don't like sand. It's
Oh, really?
coarse
That's your
and
first
rough and
pick?
irritating, and it gets everywhere, bro.
Okay, you okay, you just gave me hello there, the most iconic meme of all time. So I'll take that. I'll take hello there.
Yep. Well, it's just a greeting,
Yeah,
it's not
yeah.
like hilarious in its nature.
Well, but it's
Uh,
like it's the Star Wars meme. And then
yeah,
there's one more which you're probably gonna pick second, I assume. We'll
yeah.
see. What are you doing?
My next pick, I gotta go with you are the chosen one. It was prophesied that you would destroy the Sith, not join them.
Yeah. Yeah, that's really memeable. Really memeable. That whole interaction on the landing pad is really memeable. Um, next up, I'm gonna go with no, but that yeah, I'm not gonna go with that one. I'm just gonna go with it's over Anakin. I have the high ground because like can't you guys just like if Anakin just force jumped like 6 feet higher, he could have just jumped over him.
Yeah,
Um, so I don't know what the deal with that was.
yep, yep. With my third pick, I'm actually having to think about now. I'm
Oh,
actually
I have a good third.
I'm actually having to give thought. Actually, I actually have mine. Mine is also from another Revenge of the Sith line. Not to worry, we are still flying half a ship.
Yep. My next one is this is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them.
I love that one too. Yeah. With my fourth, we've each got two left. My next one is gonna be a really newer one. It's gonna be a newer one, but I think it's quite gold. It's Balin's skull saying, "I
I knew
miss
you were gonna
the
do that one.
idea of it, but not the
I
truth,
knew you were gonna
the
do that.
weakness."
Yeah, I knew you were gonna do that one. I like that one a lot. That one is very very good. Not iconic yet, but it's good. My next one is gonna be one that isn't necessarily a line, but it is a Star Wars meme. It's going to be the visible confusion meme. The with Obi-Wan Kenobi in Attack of the
Yeah,
Clones in
yeah,
Kamino sitting on the chair. That one has been used a lot, and it's really funny.
yeah. With my last pick, I actually should have picked this one earlier, but it's a it's an Attack of the Clones one. 200,000 units already, with a million more well on the way.
Yeah, that one's gold. My next pick. Gotta think a little further. You know what? I technically picked this last draft, but "Give Me So Love Has Blinded You." That one's real quotable.
All right, nice, very nice. Podon Skibbity, can you name me the top five highest rated episodes of The Bad Batch Season 3 so far?
Oh, Don Skibbity. All right. So, uh, uh, the highest rated of season three so far. Okay, so initially, I'm gonna take episode three. That's the only no-brainer.
Shadows of Tantus is actually tied for number one.
Okay, and you said this was a top 10 list?
Top five. Top 10
Top
would
five.
just be top
Yeah,
10 would just be season overall. Yeah.
I was gonna say it's like the whole season. Um, Coming up next, can I get the return? Episode five.
No, it's not here.
Oh,
I
what
think
the
that
heck?
I think that was
That
like a
should be on there.
7. I think that was like a 7.7. You need at least an 8.2 out of 10 to be on this list.
Yeah, that's a good episode. That should have been on here. Um, can I get the point of no return?
Tied for number one. Yes.
Okay. Hmm. This next thing is a little harder. Um, can I get can I get episode 4?
Not sure what that. I don't remember what that one is. It's not here though. That's strike two.
Okay. Okay. I gotta get this next one. I don't know what it could be because the rest of these episodes are. I mean, there are ones that are better than others, but I don't know. So which of these two episodes is better? I'm willing to choose one between the two-part clone episode. Can I get Extraction episode 7?
Number three.
Okay. It's number 3. So there's a number 2, one that is better than
No, there's not.
Extraction.
You have the top three.
Oh, okay. So 1, 1, 3. Okay. So I have the top 3. I just need 4 and 5.
Yep. These
Um,
ones are tied for number four. 8.2 out of 10.
8.2 out of 10. So the ones I think it could be Flash Strike, Into the Breach, Infiltration, and that's about it. So those 3 are really my only options. Um, man, can I just get episode 6 Infiltration?
Number four. You got one to go.
Okay. Okay. So now I think it's between the 2 latest episodes, I think. Um, I don't think it's gonna be episode 1 or 2. Uh, don't think it's not 4, not 5, 6, 7 already on there. The Fennec Shand episode's bad. I hope that's not there. Maybe Ventress. I don't know. But I'm going to go with Flash Strike episode 14.
I don't hate that guess. This one is actually pretty hard to get. I wouldn't have probably gotten this either. We're looking for Identity Crisis.
What's that one? I didn't. That should not be there.
Yeah.
That's a good episode. It's a good episode. Shouldn't
Yep.
be there. Smoke Skibbity. Name me the top 10 characters with the highest kill counts in Star Wars.
Nice.
And this is counting clankers. Counting clankers.
How racist of you. Can I get Chopper?
Hard R. No, you can't get Chopper.
What?
No,
That is
you can't get Chopper,
insane.
dude. You can't get.
Um,
I mean, he kills people, but like maybe like 100 total on the show. I
dude,
don't know.
dude, he kills people for fun. What do you mean?
He
Oh, I
does.
know,
He
I
does.
know
Not
one.
on
Well,
screen.
okay. Well, I have a couple. Luke Skywalker is here. You know,
Yes, Luke Skywalker is number 9 with 1.5 million.
9.
I don't
That's
know.
crazy.
1.5. Yeah, he's 9.
Okay.
There's some obvious ones towards the top, which I think you should be able to get.
All right. So if I get Luke, I also want to guess these two. Can I get Lando and Chewbacca?
Lando is number 8, and Chewbacca's not here.
Yeah. Well, I would expect at least Lando to be there because those are the two that destroyed the
The
two
Death
Death
Star.
Stars.
Yeah.
Um, I'll get Anakin because he blew up a Trade Federation ship as a child.
Anakin was 11. He
Oh
is
wow,
under the 10th. Yeah.
wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
You
There's
said
there's some high counts in here. There's some high counts.
yeah, yeah.
Um,
I know Seth. Oh,
yeah.
here's another given. Let's get R2D2.
R2D2 is not here, bro. I don't know what you're. I don't
What?
know what you're.
Dude, he's a gang affiliate of Anakin and Luke Skywalker. Why would he not be here? Um,
That is true. Oh, where was R2? R2 was. Let me check. I don't know. He's somewhere here.
Hmm,
Think
that's
of the
interesting.
obvious. There are some like the top four are like obvious ones.
The top four are obvious ones. So who kill a lot of people? Let's get Palpatine. No.
He's not here, bro.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Oh,
think
okay.
mass murder.
Okay, General Hux, because he destroyed an
Yes,
entire system.
yes.
Yeah.
Hux is number one with, you ready for it? 155 billion kills.
Yes. I don't like to think
So
about The Force Awakens, so I don't think that's valid.
yeah.
Um
So Hux is one. Number two is an Old Republic character, and number three is
we're
a.
doing that now. We're doing that. Okay.
That's the only one on the list. It's the only one on the list.
Okay.
It's the
Let's
only one on the list.
all right.
Um,
So let me just check off Old Republic characters. Is it Darth Revan?
no,
Is
it's
it Darth
someone who like
Malgus?
literally is. Well, is who?
Is it Darth Malgus?
No,
All right. I'm
it's
just gonna
literally the person. Dude, I don't know how you don't. Okay,
uh,
they're known for literally killing like very large groups of people. They
uh,
happen to enjoy planets.
Darth Nihilus. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah, Nihilus is 6 billion. So your number
Yeah.
three is someone prominently featured in A New Hope. I think you should be able to get that.
Yeah, if I like I said, if I don't think about it, then I don't care. A New Hope. Oh, Grand Moff Tarkin. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. He is 2 billion. Your number four is, I don't know why he's counted because technically, anyways. Your number four is Rogue One, also heavily affiliated with the Death Star.
Oh, it's
Know who it is?
okay. Well, you're just giving me these. It's Director Krennic.
Yeah,
Uh,
okay. 11 million, so a big step down. Um, your number five and six are Clone Wars Jedi. Your seven is a clone, and your 10 is a Sith.
number is a clone. What's a clone? If Anakin Skywalker is not here, what the heck is a clone doing here? Tell me. Tell me. Oh my
I got this
gosh.
off Wikipedia, bro. I don't know. I don't know what to say.
Wikipedia is trash. I don't actually believe that. I'm just saying that because this is pissing me off, and plus we have
Because yeah, the list is cooked. The list is cooked. I don't know where they're getting the numbers from, but this is just the numbers I pulled.
yeah.
Um,
Chopper is literally made famous for killing people for fun.
killing people. Yeah.
And he blew up Star Destroyers, but he's not here. Um. So is it just Rex? Is it the clone, or is it Cody?
No.
Oh my God,
Rex. They were both lower on the list, but they're not in the top 10.
it's a clone. Oh, oh, it's
Likes the
Wreck. Oh, it's Wrecker. Yeah, he blew
Yeah,
up
because he
the
blew up the thing. Yeah.
he blew up the dreadnought. Yeah.
Yeah, Wrecker has 2 million. So your 5 and 6 are Clone Wars Jedi.
Clone Wars Jedi. Oh, well, Mace Windu killed a hundred thousand droids, but like that doesn't count as
That's
kills.
not that much, to be honest. But the droids do count, like I said. But these, how do I say it without giving it away? These two are related to each other. I'd say that. Um, that's what I'll say. Not related, but
Is it just
okay.
Yoda? Because long lifespan. Yoda's not here.
You know, I don't know, but I don't hate that guess actually. Even though he is supposed to be like super peaceful.
Um, who
They're
else could it?
prominent in the show.
Yeah. If you were about to tell me they weren't prominent, I was just gonna give up because nobody actually
Yeah.
cares about that, and that's getting like 50 views on TikTok at best. Um,
Yeah.
yeah,
This is
that's
probably not going on TikTok because this is cooked.
yeah. Um, I don't know. I'll just give one more guess. Is it like? Is it? Is it Oppo Rancisis, Kiadi Mundi, any of them? No.
No, no. Yeah, you want me to give it to you?
Yeah, I don't care about this anymore.
Okay. Okay. So it's Ahsoka and Barris, probably
Oh,
due to Geonosis,
yeah.
and then you got your 9, which is Luke. Your 10 was Dooku, and I don't know if there's like some comic I don't know about, but
Oh,
somehow
that
Dooku
okay.
has Dooku has
I
more than
guess. Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Code Akuna, in honor of Jedi Survivor's 1 year anniversary, I need you to name me all of the game's primary boss battles.
Oh wow. Wow, okay. I'm surprised you didn't dig deep and do like the side bosses.
We're not doing side bosses or bounty hunters because that is so lame.
Bounty Hunters is bad. That's like random AI generated names. Yeah, so I can do main story bosses. So starting out, are we counting the bosses that the one just anyone that has a health bar in the main story, right? Like the big
Y-
health bar.
yes.
Okay, so starting out, we got the security droid on Coruscant.
Yeah.
Yep, and then
K405.
yeah, and then we have the Ninth Sister,
Yes.
and then we have the guy with the stun baton and the jetpack. I forget he has a name in the game. I just forget
Yeah.
it.
Yeah,
Um,
the Raider veteran. The
the
Raider
Raider, the
veteran.
Bedlam Raider. Yeah, the veteran. Yeah, the veteran. Um, I only know that because of the holotables. Um, terrible mode. Um, so after that, we're going to skip straight to Dagon Gera. I think the first one, the
Yep.
armless,
And that'll count for
and
all of them.
then that counts for all of them. Okay, and then after that, what we go to Jakku, and we have a Scryton,
Yes.
and then we have after Jakku, we go back. Do we have anything on the moon?
You said
I
Jakku. It's Jeddah.
think, yeah, it's desert, dude, desert.
Tatooine,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, Tatooine may as well be Pisana. Um, yeah. So and then we go to the moon. I don't think there's anything there. Does the hammer guy have a health bar? I don't think so. Yeah, nothing there. And then moving on to Kobo 2, we have the Brandon Bounty Hunter we encounter. That is a main story mission. I don't know if you're counting that. Um, and then the Jedi Bedlam Radar, the one with the lightsaber,
Yeah.
the lightsaber one.
I just kind of mentally check those out because I don't know their names.
Yeah, yeah. The lightsaber Bedlam Raider. I believe you encounter the double bladed one. And then um after that we go back not to Jakku. We go we go back to Jeddah and there we have do we have any bosses there? I don't think so. I don't think there are any bosses. Um unless I'm tripping. It's been a couple months since my last playthrough. Um Kobo 3, obviously we have the big thing with the not the dreadnought, the Trade Federation thing. Um where we have obviously no, it's just the other Dagon Gera fight. Okay, so then we got Ravis, and then
Yes.
we have Bode.
Yep.
And do we have anything between that? Um mm, oh, Vader.
Yeah.
And I think that's it. I think that's it.
You have quite a few
Am I
more.
missing one?
You
I've
have four more.
whoa.
One of these you might have said. It's it. You might have said this. I might have just tripped. It's on the Shattered Moon. It's a enemy that becomes like a common enemy.
Oh, okay. Is it the hammer? The hammer guy?
That's not who I'm talking about. That
No,
is
no, it's
straight
the
up.
Magna Guard. It's the Magna
Yeah,
Guard. It's the Magna
yeah.
Guard. I'm tripping.
Magna Guard and
Yeah,
the Fist of Ravis. Yeah.
yeah.
Um,
The hammer guy is from it's later, but yeah, same thing.
you got two
Uh,
more. One of them became a very iconic boss battle, but not for the reasons that you might think. And then another one is actually a boss battle in Jedi Fallen Order.
Yeah. So it's none of those side ones. It's not the Joe Taz. It's not the. No, it's not Ogdo Bogdo. Um, it's I don't know why I'm tripping on this right now. Um,
It's a common enemy, but it just has a different name.
it's a common enemy that gets introduced through a boss
Perhaps
fight.
perhaps a name that you would hear at like your local office depot that like runs a 9 to 5.
Interesting. I don't know why I'm tripping out on this right now. Let me just think through the game real quick. Um,
Perhaps works on your garage door whenever you need maintenance.
oh yeah, yeah. The guy from Rick and Morty, right? Rick,
Absolutely not, but yeah, his name is Rick.
Rick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, Rick the door
yeah.
technician.
Rick.
And then another one, this one is very like hidden. I'm not surprised that you don't have this yet. It's on Jeddah, during the first run through of Jeddah.
During the first run through, so it's not the Scryton. Um,
It's after the Scryton.
it's it's after the Scryton. Oh, it's the ATST.
Yes, and that's the list.
Yeah.
With that being said, everybody, thank you very much for joining us for episode 10 of Ramblers Radio. Uh, I am going to say, so obviously there will be no episode next week, because I will be out, and Code ain't recording an episode by himself. So uh, it'll just be 2 weeks after that. We will be discussing the finale of the Bad Batch, as well as another main discussion that we will be leaving spoiler free.
It's
I
gonna
will
be a
say
loaded episode.
that I am considering a transition from the podcast off of Discord and onto StreamYard, which is supposed to be a very top tier podcasting network site. So we're gonna look into that, see how many episodes that takes. It probably won't be too long because it's just a simple transition on the computer. With that being said, thank you guys so much. Remember, if you guys did enjoy the episode, make sure to leave a like on the episode and subscribe to the channel. We greatly
Yep.
appreciate your support. We will see y'all later. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.